Much. I will call the meeting of the Glenn County Board of Assessors to order on this June 12th, 2025 at 4 o'clock. I will declare that we have a quorum of 4 or 5 members present. First item of business is to approve the minutes of our past meeting dated May 8th, 2025. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from May 8th.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion or changes that anyone would like to make to the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, that passes. I will now turn it over to our Chief Appraiser, Mr. Glisson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ron Glisson, Chief Appraiser, Glenn County Property Appraisal Office. Kind of a light agenda today, but we've got a couple of important people I want to introduce. We've got 2 new employees. The first one is Montrell Lawson. I'm not sure he knows this or not, but I've known Montrell for approximately 26 years. Yeah, but he's got a great background. Education emphasis has been computer science. And work history, he's got some sales rep, solutions manager. He's currently working with Yolanda Ward's group on the mainland residential. And so our goal is to try to utilize his strengths with, the system, maybe at some point the data analyst. But right now he's hit the ground running, and we couldn't be more excited to have him on board and part of the team. So,
I can tell you that I've worked longer than you.
20. Yeah. Yes, sir. All right. So, second employee I want to introduce, new employee, is Byron Johns. We're going to call him new. He's been the chief appraiser over in Wayne County from 2018 to recent. And he's really an expert in the property appraisal world, and we're happy to have him. He will be working with James Lane's group, and right now we'll have him on commercial, condos, homestead support, and rural land. As one of his previous lives, he was a surveyor, so he's had a diverse background, and he did work with Glenn County from 2009 to 2018, and we hated to see him go, but we're ecstatic to see him come back. So glad to have him. I tell you, we've been very fortunate to have 2 quality new employees, because, as you know, it's sometimes it's difficult to find good quality people. So we've been blessed. To this point. So, if there's no questions about these 2 gentlemen, I will move forward with item number 2.
Well, I just want to say, welcome. Glad to have you back. Glad to have you on board, and we are your support, and we just appreciate all the hard work that you're signing up for. So,
Thank you, Mr. Benson.
Welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so item number 2 is 2025 assessment notice update. I just wanted to touch base a little bit, and we sent this assessment notices out on June 6th, and so the deadline, the appeal period is going to end on July 21st. But a couple of the early items that taxpayers are calling us about is the main one is the assessment notice has changed. They're having a hard time following along with it, with the obvious changes that the estimated tax is just a partial estimation, since it only uses the maintenance and operation portion of it. So that's caused us some problems there. That's the main purpose, and then there's not a total line. So they're saying, well, is this what we owe? Because most taxpayers just want to know how much their taxes are going to be, so that they can plan for it. And then lastly is the there's not any special assessments. So for the county the county purpose, there's no sanitation fee, and for the city, there's no sanitation nor stormwater. So those are two big components of a city tax bill, especially if you have lots of exemptions. A lot of times those special assessments are going to be greater than the actual tax bill. And so that's a problem too. But staff has been on point. They're doing a good job with explaining to anyone who calls in. They're taking their time to explain all the dynamics of the new form. And so I think we're in good shape as far as taxpayers calling in to ask any questions. So I think to date we have 3 appeals. This is pretty typical. We start out slow, and it's kind of backloaded with attorneys and tax reps. Will come in with the bulk of the appeals, but we're far behind. At the next meeting, I'll have y'all year by year, so you can kind of see where we're at. But I think based on the new form and the confusion of it, I think we're probably expecting a little less appeals this year. But we'll see what happens. So. But that'll conclude Chief Appraiser matters, unless there's any questions that I may try to answer.
Well, I just want to expand on what you said about the assessment notice, because I got mine and I made a copy of it, and anyone is welcome to look at it. It is a matter of public record, but basically the estimated tax, there's 2 categories shown on the assessment notice, and it is those 2 added together, it's $590 and change less than what my tax bill actually was in 2024. And so I think there's going to be a lot of confusion for people who just look at that number. And the fact that we may have a smaller appeals number this year is actually probably a problem, because people are going to see this notice and say, well, my taxes are going down, which is actually not necessarily the case. And, so when they get a tax bill, they're going to be outside of the window to appeal.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a huge problem. So if you have an opportunity to talk to people and educate them about, this new notice, and just share with them, the issues that do exist on the notice, I think, we should be as proactive as possible to make sure that we're doing our job educating the public. It may not be our job, but I think it's part of the process. And I've been preaching for several months now that this was going to be a problem, and seeing the final documentation, I can truly say that I think it's created more problems than solutions.
Yeah, I agree.
Are there any questions or comments in addition to that on this?
Maybe after the meeting.
We will not do it as a quorum. We will have to separate and do that.
I got you.
But anyway, all right. Well, thank you, Chief Appraiser.
Yeah, thank you.
Moving on, the consent agenda, very light this month. I actually considered, not having this meeting, canceling this meeting because it was so light. But we had 2 fine new employees to introduce, so I thought it was important to have a meeting. But at this point, does anyone have any item to pull off of the consent agenda? All right, hearing none, I will entertain a motion to approve said consent agenda. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, that is approved. All right, is there any old business that anyone would like to bring before this? No old business. All right, well, I do not have any items for board member items or new business. Does anyone here have anything they would like to bring before? No. All right, you're making this easy. Is there a need for an executive session? If there is not, I'll bring it to the best part of the meeting, maybe the quickest ever, and I'll declare us adjourned. Thank you.